What's up YouTube? Hello and welcome back to another video by Bitesize Security. I'm your host Jimmy, and as usual I'm covering another hacking video, and today we are doing Blackgate, which is a Linux box, and again it's by Proving Grounds of course, and the community says that this is an intermediate box and the platform says it's hard, and the comment by the platform is "Be on guard, this one's hard." And it rhymes too. I like that. So yeah, let's just get into it and see. It's kind of odd that the community says it's easier than the platform itself. Maybe maybe nothing. We'll just see. And yeah, let's just get into it. So as usual, I've got the IP copied and the VPN running. Let me just collapse all of this and open the notes, and let me create the folder and the notes as usual. So prep node P and call it Blackgate, like so. So we'll have everything here, general information, and let's start with the enumeration. So we'll go into Blackgate. Let's close this one. Then let's go into enum, external as usual, and let's start the recon like that, and scan for Ruscam like this. And while that's going, we'll just open a third pane and open the root of this box so that we can easily access anything we walk on like this. Ruscam is also done, so that's great. Let's go into that and check it out. Like that. We've got 2 ports, and that is very odd. We've got only port 22 and 6379. What is that? Redis. Okay. Okay, that's quite weird. Let's see what auto recon tells us. Here we also only have 2 ports, if I can see correctly, 22. And okay, so here we only have 22. Yes, because that's because port 63, whatever it was, 6379 is a non-regular port, and the quick scan only scans for the 1000, I believe, regular ports. So that is actually okay. But let's get to the enumeration, and we can delete this to here like that, and we can already run SSH audit. SSH audit. Let's take the IP one more time. Like that. That will be done very quickly. Like this. Let's take this to port 22. Paste it here. So command injection via anomalous. Yeah, no, this SSH is up to date, so it's probably not going to be an SSH attack path. Which means it's going to be that odd port, which then also means we're going to have to Google whatever that port does or is. So let's do that. So what did we say? Redis. Let's look on search exploit first. Search exploit Redis. We've got an unauthenticated code execution with Metasploit. Got a buffer overflow. Okay. I really don't like buffer overflows, but let's go to Blackgate and into exploit. And then let's download that one just to see. And we can go here and just look at that. this is probably not what we need. So let's go back into Google. Redis. What is Redis? Redis is an open source in-memory data store that can be used as a database, cache, or message broker. It's often used for caching web pages and reducing the load on servers. Redis also has some features that make it attractive for use as a database, such as support for transactions and publish subscribe messaging. I believe we've worked with Redis before, have we? Let's go back here and see if the Nmap has done something yet. No. So let's go for Redis exploit. Redis server exploits, pentesting Redis. Redis RCE. Okay, so we need a version. Let's wait, because this is also here. Yeah, so clearly there's a code execution vulnerability against 4.x and 5.x. So now we need a version. Let's hope that Nmap comes back with some sort of version. Oh, there we go. We've got something. Okay. This is not interesting. This is not interesting. Info. Redis version. Okay, we've got a version. Okay, so we've got a version. What else do we have? We've got a distro version. Okay, but with this we can already kind of look for an exploit. So we opened this one. This will give you a shell on the target system if the Redis server is not configured properly and faced on the internet, which it is. A valid username of the target system, which we don't have, so we can close this. Yeah, let's do this just to see. I believe with Z shell you have to kind of put it into quotation marks because Z shell doesn't like Nmap scripts like bash does. Let's do OA and let's go to enum external, call it Redis. Okay, what else do we have here? Manual enumeration. Redis RCE. Redis Rogue Server. Okay. A exploit for Redis RCE inspired by Redis post exploitation. Nope, I'm not going on that. So copy the SO file to the same folder as the Redis Rogue Server PI. Okay, let's try this. And this is for anything below 5.0.5 and equal to 5.0.5. So, okay. So, the Nmap here is finished, and it gave us the same thing as we just did anyway. So that's perfect. Kind of all over the place, but okay, we can go straight to exploiting this. The version we are dealing with is vulnerable to remote code execution as per many blogs online. We can go ahead and test the seemingly most reliable one, which is this one. There you go. And then we can let's exploit this. I'm doing that just to be able to do this, add link like this, and then do showcase Blackgate exploit like this. Bam, like that. And then we're gonna download this. Let's bring this to the side. And then we're gonna go into Redis rogue server. And compile exploit Redis module SDK. Do I need to do that? Okay, so I'm gonna move the XSO that's there, and I'm gonna call it backup. Backup like this, and then I'm gonna make like it says here. Oh, I have to go into exp. Oh yeah, makes sense. No permissions. Let's say proving now it should have permissions. I don't like that, but it worked. And then I can copy this exp.so to where the Redis rogue server is, like that. Go back there, and then what should I do? Let's do Python 3 Redis rogue server .h. That's like that. And then we can do our host equals, that's our target, and then our ports, that's default, so we don't need to specify it. And then lhost, that's us. And then lports default, let's keep it default. And let's listen on that default port, 21,000. Is that it? Oh wow. Wait a minute. Address already in use. let's say we do give a port, L ports 9001, and let's listen on 9001. Oh, okay. I think, let's see. I've seen an exploit like this before. Let me do reverse shell. And then now I put the listen ports. And then I do 9001. There you go. Now it worked. ID. There you go. We're in. That was ridiculously easy. Okay, so let's just go like this. We followed the GitHub manual exactly, and the exploit worked. Let me just link it. Like that. We have initial foothold. Let's enumerate. And then I can link this again with, let's say, showcase, Black8, enum, internal. Like that. And who are we? We're Prudence. So let's go there. Prudence. And then a user on YouTube told me that this is probably so that that link doesn't break. And it makes sense. So I'll say always update. Because then if I change the name there, it will still link me to Prudence, although it was user 1 before. Makes sense. Okay, let's bring this to a single pane like this, and then see what do we have. Which Python? Let's first try and get a better shell. So let's do Python 3-c imports pty.spawn bin bash, like that. And let's close that, like this, and then let's go back to my machine and say stty echo, no, raw dash echo. Let's go back to the machine and say export term equals xterm, like that. And then let's say bin bash, like that. And then let's go to the directory, cd home not set. Does it not like my shell? Prudence. Okay, so I've got local text, and I've got notes.txt. Let's go back here and we have the following file notes.txt in our home directory. What is that? So set up Redis server, that's done. Turn on protected mode, that's not done. What is Redis protected mode? Let's first enumerate a bit more without going straight for the hints or whatever it is. So let's go to privilege escalation, Linux privilege escalation, and let's enumerate. So what are we going to do? We're going to say sudo -l. Okay, now we're talking. Like this, and we take a screenshot. What is this? Sudo. We need an authorization key. Let's take a screenshot of that. Do we have strings installed? Which strings? We do. Okay, so let's run strings on that. Like this. Start from the beginning. And authorization key. Climbing parrot, kicking donkey. Don't tell me this is the password. Okay, wait, this is incredibly weird. So, running strings on this binary gives us a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, and this, which might be a password. So let's try. Please tell me this is the password. That is a password. And now we are in Nano. Is that? What text editor is this? Ah, no. No, I didn't want to do that. No. Ah, damn it. Let me. No way. Do I have to reset the entire box? I probably do. I probably do. So let's just revert like this. And while we do that, we say, what was that? Nano shall escape. Wait. GTFO bins. Nano. What else could it be? Less. Let's just go on Google and compare. So let's say Nano text editor. Look at images. No, it wasn't Nano. What about less? I think it's less. Let's do less license. Yeah, that looks like it. Can I just type here? Okay. And that worked right away because look, GTFO bins told me to do exclamation mark sh, and then I got a shell. Okay, so let's press return. Yes, okay. So as soon as the server runs again, I can escape that kind of editor as soon as I enter the authorization key. Let's try that. This is a weird box, and it's definitely not hard. Maybe the whole strings part is meant to be run with GDB, so like reverse engineering and everything. I'm not about to do that. And if you were to do this with the information of the protection mode, Redis protected mode, privilege escalation. Ooh, we don't want to go in there. Come on. Why is the server not starting again? Oh, okay. It is started. So, let's do that again. Our host. Like that. Reverse shell. Reverse address 9001. We can close that one because we've got a shell listening on here. So let's do 9001 and we should have it like that. Okay, and then we do Python. We've actually done that before, so we can do Python 3 like that. Let's go back and do STT. Go forward and do exterm like that. But remember, it didn't like CD, but it's actually fine now. And then what did we say? Sudo-l. We're gonna run this as sudo, and then we're gonna enter our authorization key. And then I'm going to write sh. And it worked. That's a record. 30 minutes. Let's go. We got root. Okay, this was way too easy. We've got proof. Let's take a screenshot of this. So we've got proof.txt. Was this it? Yeah, okay, this has been it. A very short box, very easy box. I'm going to read the write-up and see what the intended path was, because this doesn't seem right. Either way, it wasn't hard and I wasn't on guard. And yeah, we essentially enumerated Redis, found an exploit, used that exploit, and then looked for the binaries that were able to be run as root, which was the Redis status. Then we reverse engineered the Redis status by using strings, which I still have to write down in the previous notes here. I'll do that in a second. Oh, I said it here, but I'll show a screenshot of it. And then we found a password, and that password was the authorization key. Then we had to escape the less text editor, and that was it. So this has been it. Very easy. From now on, let me just show you that. Every single box from now on will be hard and intermediate. So I'm looking forward to that, because that's going to be great practice for me. There's one or two that I've done in the past. Which ones? Squid I've done. PyLoader I think I've done. Yeah, anyway. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I might record another one now. This has been fun. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.